I'm Kat. I am half of No Access, and this is the other half.
I don't really know what my position is, but half a zero or a half of a whole. But I'm Randall. Once again, checking in, y'all. Appreciate this. Catherine and I are just out here, two mature people going through life, being highly sought after. Because let her tell it, a trip to Huntington Beach can yield lots of love. And so when you're pawned at, when you're sought after, how do you keep no access from the masses to penetrate your relationship? So these are some things that we try to work through, we try to talk through, sometimes successful, sometimes not.
So today we're going to talk about keeping secrets. And what we mean by that is when you're in a relationship, I'd like to pose the question, if you keep secrets, is it the same as lying? And here's an example.
Right on in at it, huh?
Randall and I had a situation once upon a time. We got through it. But he had a secret party at his house where he talks to me every night and he says good night and he tells me he's going to bed and he loves me, and he did that night. However, I went to bed like a good little girl. He said good night, he was going to bed, and then he ended up having women come over to his house and they partied, and we really don't know exactly what happened. Obviously, I wasn't there.
I know exactly what happened.
But I ended up multiple months later,
relevant?
I met one of the women who was at this secret party, and she shared with me that it was a secret party, and she had photos.
She said it was a secret party?
She had photo. Well, she didn't know that you had lied to your girlfriend.
I didn't lie. I never lied to you.
That you were going to bed and that you had people over.
Hold on.
No, she didn't say it was a secret party. What she did say is, we were. I was recently at Randall's house, and there's photos to prove it, and these women are all in his bedroom, and all of this. My man said nothing happened other than it was a little secret party. I believe him. I don't believe that anything sexual occurred.
I never said that. And she's definitely lying because she definitely feels that something sexual went on, because you said to me.
I feel what went on is you deceived me by keeping that secret. And so again, I pose the question, is that the same as lying? Because I felt like you lied to me. Your thoughts?
So, to set the record straight, regardless of the scripts that you choose
No, that was all factual. None of those were scripts.
I'm so sorry, my love. Happened. I'm sorry. But if you're not there, you're incapable.
No, but I said I don't think anything sexual happened, sweetheart.
Just let me know when you're done.
I'm
if
done.
You're incapable of providing factual, on-hand, visual.
Oh, no, she provided all of that.
I'm not, okay.
I see all the pictures yeah.
Let me know when you're done.
I'm done.
Clearly you're not, because every time I start talking, you interrupt.
That's because we do a show where we conversate about our relationship.
Sweetheart, may I, once again, for the record, y'all, say exactly what happened, no matter how it may deviate.
As long as you can keep it short, because there's more examples I want to get into. This was just one.
Watch your tone, okay? I'm not going to have much of that today. So what had happened was after I talked to my baby, signed off for the evening, which is exactly accurate in what took place.
Okay.
Then, because you have to understand, during COVID, my house was the party house.
You about to get long-winded, baby.
Here we go.
Let's keep it going.
Should we just take your version and just run with it and forget the person that was actually in the room? Should we forget my version?
No, we don't want to take sides. That really wasn't what this was about. This was more about just bringing up a scenario that me and my man went through, because that's what our show is about, sharing with you some of our experiences. and we went through that. And I don't know what happened.
Sweetheart,
we
you have
both
to-
have our stories.
You have to let me speak.
Well,
You have to
I
let me
was-
speak uninterrupted. And I'm begging you in front of all these people for like the third time in this conversation to let me speak uninterrupted. I can get through it a lot quicker if you stop shutting me down because you want to chime in with your facts
Yes, dear.
that you feel are relevant. Yes, I called you, I signed off like I always do. Because my house was COVID central for 2 years. Yes, I had friends roll over about 15 minutes after I talked to you. And so, yes, they came into my house. Yes, we were hanging out because it was after 1 o'clock and it was a school night. Yes, I took those 3 women to my room. Now, should I have done that? In hindsight, knowing how it all turned out and what is supposed to be politically correct and what is not, I shouldn't have maybe done that. Maybe I should have taken them outside by the pool and hung out there. But at this time, I took them into my room, hanging out. You want to call it a secret party? Okay, yes, we did go into that room. No sexual stuff took place, none whatsoever. No matter what pictures you see, no sexual things took place. Now, when you asked me, had you had sex with anybody that was in that room in the past? Absolutely, I did, and I claimed that. And so after that, I felt it should have been okay. Now, I know not to do that again because
you didn't know not to do that at
but
first.
hey, but at the end of the day, guess what?
At our
At this
age.
juncture, we were about 6 months in at this point. Yeah, it was.
No, we weren't. This happened in January.
Okay, we didn't meet until May. 15th.
Exactly.
About 6 months, boo. Relax. Maybe 1 more month. All that I'm saying is,
So we 7 months in, and you don't know that this is not okay to have women in your bedroom, especially a woman that you smashed once upon a time. Come on.
okay, it's not like.
And getting back to the
Here we-
topic of the
here we
show,
Forget my version,
you
y'all.
kept it a secret.
I did not disclose
the
to you.
same as lying
I
to
did
me?
I did not disclose to you that I
Because
had
if you
company.
were so innocent, why didn't you tell me the next day that you had these people over
You know
and you
what?
guys party?
Guess what? That's a my bad. Okay.
Another
at this
your
point,
bad. Okay.
No, this is one because I should have. You know what? I should have said, you know what, babe? I had late night company.
You
They
should
came
have
to the
had
crib.
sense enough not to let this go
I
down.
should have.
You should have had sense enough to tell me about it once you made the mistake of letting it go down.
But I did not. But
As
also,
a woman, this is what we expect. If we are in a loving, committed relationship, we have to expect our men to represent us at all times, not only when we're awake, when we're sleeping.
But these are also friends of mine that I've known for 7
No,
plus years.
you just said one of them you smashed, so that's not your friend.
Okay.
That's a lover.
Granted. A lover is somebody that you doing continuous.
Call it what you want.
Okay, granted. I give
These
you
are
that.
not just friends.
I ain't making that mistake again, so yes, I'll be done. I shouldn't have done it, but it didn't go down the way that you said it was, and you make me pay for it because that's one thing that you have on me that
No,
I
I
did
don't
not
make you
disclose
pay
to you.
for it.
And so I give you that, and guess what? I'm sorry in front of all these people. That should have never taken place and will not and has not happened since.
Okay.
What else you got?
So you admit that you kept that secret. Is it the same as lying? Did you lie to me?
I did not disclose to you what happened after I spoke to you. That's what I'm guilty of. A lie is me telling you something other than what took place. I just didn't tell you what happened. I just didn't tell you what, because it was 30
Randall
minutes of my
does not
night.
think it's a lie. I think it's a lie. So
Agree to disagree.
That,
The terminology
I
is
would
different,
love
but
to
I
know
was
what everybody
wrong.
else thinks,
Okay, and we
if
gonna
that's a
have
lie
a
or not.
website. We're gonna have Instagram, all of this. Y'all gonna be able to chime in, give us your responses, because we would love to hear some questions and some feedback. What else you got?
okay, let's talk about.
I can knock these out all day long.
All right, let's talk about hanging out with a friend that your partner doesn't like and you don't tell him or her.
Hanging out with a friend.
Is that
So when you say
so?
hanging
It's keeping
out,
a secret.
it is okay. So give me an example of of a hangout. I need you to give me a real life one so that I can pull it up.
Okay.
Let's not use no names.
No,
but
of
give
course
me a
not.
real life situation so I can see if it's accurate.
Yes.
And if I have to, take it.
Okay. So let's say you're hanging out with a friend, one of your homeboys that I don't care for.
Okay.
And instead of telling me this is who you're going to be with, you decide not to tell me.
Okay.
And hang out with him regardless. Is that, well, obviously that's keeping a secret because you didn't tell me. Is it the same as lying? You're hanging out with this person. I just don't know you guys are out.
Okay. It is definitely keeping a secret. And if you ask me what I did and I do not disclose to you what I did and who I did it with, that is lying. Now, let me ask you this. If you go out with one of your girls,
Okay.
you don't disclose to me where you are, who you're with, and I ask you where you are at and who you are with, and you tell me, you don't need to really worry about that. It's okay. I'm just one of my homegirls.
I would never do that.
Oh, but you've done it, and you've
No.
done it with this particular person multiple times, and you said, I'm down the street from where you at, and I had to pull out where you were located, but you wouldn't really. And you told me, you're like, you know what? I'm on my way to you right now. I'm about to check out right now. And from the time you said you was going to check out, being a mile and a half from my crib, and it takes you 45 minutes to get to me, is that keeping a secret and lying to me?
Checking out like I was at the grocery store?
If you tell me I'm about to pay my bill.
At a restaurant.
Yeah, I'm about
or
to pay my
something.
bill.
Okay.
But I talk to you and it's damn near an hour and you down the street, but you tell me I'm checking out, I'm paying my bill right now, but it takes you, because it takes about 6 minutes to get from that venue to my crib. Is that keeping the secret? Is that lying to me?
So you did know the venue I was at then?
You eventually told me after I asked you 5 times. I asked you 5 times. Did we grown?
I don't remember that, but
okay. Yes, you do.
But let's get to the nuts and bolts. So
Was
you
it a
asked
secret?
me where I was. You did actually know where I was, and then you knew when I was
After
leaving,
I asked her
and I
5
told you I was
times.
paying the check. So I was actually
45 minutes?
keeping you informed of my actions.
Wow, the way
I don't
that you're
understand
telling
what's
it.
the problem.
But
and
you
then
wouldn't
I
even
left
tell me.
and
You wouldn't
came
even tell me
straight
who.
to you?
But you wouldn't even tell me who you were with. You refused to tell me who you were with. Why would you do that? Am I not to think that that's a red flag?
Why would I not tell you who I'm with?
Because the person that you was with knows who I am, don't particularly like me, and so you didn't want to really tell me who you was with. Yada, whatever story you made up. Does it ring a bell now?
No.
The person that yeah. Oh yeah, all of a sudden, yeah, it makes sense now. Go on with your next one. Don't let me get back in.
Honey,
Go ahead.
we
You
also
better go
want our
ahead.
show to represent communicating with each other from a loving place, because that's very important
But
in a
if you
relationship.
love me, if you
so
love
you have
me,
to mellow out
if you
and
love me,
let's set a
sweetheart,
good
and I
example.
ask you, if you love me and I ask you where you're at, and you
You just admitted I told you where I was.
But I had to ask you legitimately
I don't
5
remember
times.
that
I
part. That
remember
seems ridiculous.
because you were drunk. I wasn't.
Oh.
Yeah, because you were out drinking, turning
I
up.
don't get drunk. I probably had a few.
You probably had a
cocktails.
few of the drink that we know that doesn't sit well with you. So let me ask you this. Let me chime in first. So
Yes, give us a scenario.
If I ask you, do you have my passwords to my phone? And you tell me multiple times that you do not. Me knowing full well that you do. And then, kind of recently, I just recently found out all this time, when I know that I told you multiple times, all this time, you really did have my passwords.
Wait a
And
second.
hold
Did you
on,
give me the
hold on.
password?
I gave you the passwords in the first 30 days of us dating. So
Then
yeah.
why would you
So
have
listen,
to ask if I had it? Clearly,
because
if you
I-
gave it to me, I had it.
Clearly, but what you told me was, you know what? I never wrote it down. I don't know your password. I never. But those were blatant lies. Hold
Those
on,
were
whoa,
not
whoa, whoa,
blatant
whoa, whoa,
lies,
whoa, 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 whoa.
sweetheart.
Let me finish. Please
No,
let me finish.
you gave me the password, but I never used it.
But you said you
and
didn't have them.
I couldn't remember it.
But you wrote
I
it
couldn't
down.
I didn't write it down.
Then how did you remember it? How did you
when
remember
I
it?
used it, I guessed, and it was accurate. So it was like stored in my
Eventually, when I used it in your subconscious
memory. Yeah, I mean,
Eventually-
but I couldn't. If
eventually
you would have
when
asked me
she
off the
used
top of
it,
my head, I
but
would
she
not have
couldn't
been able
remember
to
it.
tell what it was.
You should stop. You're digging a hole.
But
It sounds
no,
worse.
I'm not digging a hole. I'm
It
a
sounds
woman, and
horrible.
I'm telling you, like,
You being a woman.
when it mattered, I definitely remembered it. But so many months went by because I didn't share mine with you, and so your electronics were off limits to me because I wouldn't share my information.
But my
with you.
no, sweetheart, that's
And
wrong.
so it was off limits.
My electronics were never off limits
It
to
was
you.
off limits to me in my mind, and that's why I just didn't bother to put the code to your phone in the forefront of my mind. But when it mattered, I miraculously, after a few
Lord,
tries,
did you hear her?
actually,
Miraculously, you did
one
this.
of them worked, and that's just the power of the unconscious. Or should I say, maybe even the power of a woman's
soon as she finished with all this fluff, I'm gonna get to the real issue.
When we need to get down to the nitty gritty,
right?
You know, we're powerful like that. Things we can access that unconscious.
Babe, this sounds laughable.
No, it's the women. I guarantee you, many of them are receiving me right now because we are, women, and that's the way it works. But
okay, you get real long-winded. I want to get back to my point.
Keeping secrets,
baby.
And
you won't let me finish my thought. You got really
okay.
long-winded. All I'm saying is you had these passwords that you told me to my face, because I do know that you will lie to me to my face. So it wasn't uncomfortable. I know it sucks to get that, but you've done it. So
you've lied to me as well.
See,
no relationship is perfect.
You see the defense.
You have to forgive each other and move on.
Mechanism?
And honestly, you shouldn't keep bringing up.
You see, I shouldn't keep bringing it up.
Issues.
I ain't even got to the whole reason yet.
Move past them. That is my relationship.
I'm gonna move past
advice.
it. So check this out.
Don't keep rehashing, because that's not healthy.
I'm gonna move past this because this just happened about 8-9 days ago. So you ain't got no problem. So when you tell me you don't have my passwords,
oh my God, can we move on from that, honey? Let's move on to another scenario because it's boring. We've already addressed
it's not
that.
boring because you won't let me. You won't let me get to my point.
Okay.
About secrets. So now you tell me you don't have my passwords. Then all of a sudden I see that you are actually texting people as though you're me, and then you're making these people.
That is not true.
Okay, why would you lie on this forum like this? You just be accountable for your actions. If you're going to tell me that you don't have my shit, and then all of a sudden you're texting people, and you're texting people as though you're me, and you then cause a confrontation that you start. I tell you I'm not a part of it. You don't think that you're keeping secrets? You don't think that's you keeping secrets for me? That's being not only deceitful, disrespectful. It's keeping a secret, Catherine, because you sat on them passwords. You felt that it was in your best interest. That is not true. I
just explained. I never bothered to utilize that avenue or take the access that you gave to me until I felt that there was a time that I perhaps needed to do so, which would have been my reaction to your actions.
She wanted to move on.
Your actions, something you did, which I'm going to be respectful and not share on film. Something you did made me feel like
that's why
I
needed
to move on. Access.
We sitting there telling people real life stories, and if you got something that you want to say, I'm accountable for all things that Randall does. If that's what you want to do, bring it to me, because I'm gonna eat my shit if I did it, but I'm not gonna let you continue to make these scripts and make up shit in your mind as though I did it to make your agenda move forward. I can't do that to you. I love myself too much.
Understand that. Also, let's demonstrate speaking to each other from a loving place.
I'm sorry,
because
y'all.
we're in a loving relationship.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. This has
And
been
I definitely don't want to set an example for the ladies that are watching where you let your man talk down to you or speak aggressively to you and you accept that, because you shouldn't.
I apologize, my
we
love.
should always be in some kind of harmony.
I was just hurt, and I was feeling a certain kind of way.
Well, a
and
relationship,
I
we've hurt each other multiple times.
And yes, you're correct.
So you are not sitting there with a halo over your head. We both made mistakes.
I just got heated, y'all.
I am still not speaking from an aggressive standpoint.
And I was, and I got a little hot.
Healthy.
But see how she calms me down, and I love you for that, and I apologize, and but I'm human, and they need to know that, you know, this is real. We ain't got no scripts. You know, this is us in real life, and you know, as the man, sometimes, you know, it's okay to show emotions because, you know, we hurt too. You know, no matter what access we provide our women, you know, sometimes if you look long enough at something, you'll find something, y'all. We all know that.
Right,
so
and that goes both ways for the men and the women.
I never look.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that go because we gotta wrap it up. That might be another show
Are we out of time
where
already?
I can bring that up.
Are we out of time already?
But we are out of time, sweetheart.
Catherine,
and
why does it go so fast?
I don't know.
Because we're emotional and we are really in this love thing.
And intense. And two people together that have very similar personalities. So that's what you're seeing right now. But I just want to say thank you, everyone, for coming and checking us out and listening to our chaos and our relationship drama.
Just help us, Lord. Just don't let us go, Lord. Just keep your arms around us.
Yes, indeed. Again, thank you for listening. We'll see you on the next one.
y'all.